G'day and welcome. This video is designed for adventure riders who are deciding whether or not to go on Desert Road 2011 at Neale Junction in Western Australia. It gives riders some idea of the road and track conditions from Laverton to Neale Junction, and it also includes some trip statistics along the way. You might want to have a look at another video that I've put on YouTube from the trip to Neale Junction. Just type in what you can see on the bottom of your screen, go to that video and have a look at that. You may find that helpful as well. Good luck.
There is a BP garage in Laverton where you can refuel. The town also boasts a caravan park and a supermarket. The BP garage opened late on the Monday public holiday when we were there. It didn't open until 9 AM. That may affect you as you come out of the bush. This is the first sign that you'll see on the road heading east to Neale Junction. Clearly you can see by this footage that the road is quite good in the initial stages, bearing in mind it was dry when we did our trip. The junction there at White Cliffs, if you head north it will take you to Cosmo Newbury, which is an Aboriginal community. You will need a permit to go there, I think. You then come across the ruins at Yamana Homestead. Just prior to Yamana Homestead there is another junction, and this sort of threw us off a bit. We had to stop there and just get our bearings and have another look at the map, but there is a junction just a few hundred metres before you get to the ruins at Yamana Homestead. These are some photographs of the homestead itself, or what's left of it. There is some pretty rough signage there to point you in the right direction. There is water there by obviously looking at the wind pumps. But there's not much else there. There is an airfield on the road heading north, about 5 kilometres north of the intersection, but I don't know what sort of condition it's in. This footage is taken a couple of hours east of Laverton, so we've probably covered, I guess, somewhere around about nearly 200 kilometres. This soft section is just prior to the Lake Yeo homestead, which is about just over 200 kilometres east of Laverton. It's the first soft boggy patch you come across, as I said, just prior to the Lake Yeo homestead. Oh. 207 kilometres east of Laverton you come across Lake Yeo homestead. Now this could be quite significant to some people. If they find that perhaps they don't want to continue, they could stop there or prop there the night. There's a building with a couple of outbuildings as well. There is permanent water available there, although you may have to treat it. There's a long drop dunny and a very primitive shower. But this is 207 kilometres east. It's just after the first boggy patch, and it may be an opportunity for people to either rest and continue on, or in fact decide that maybe it's an opportunity to turn around and go back from where they came. As I said, there is definitely a permanent water source there. There was also a water tank which had potable water in it, but there's no guarantees that there'll be any water in there when you go there. One thing we did notice was that the road was well maintained up to the Yamana homestead turn-off. After that the road conditions deteriorated quite quickly. There were some areas between Lake Yeo homestead and Neale Junction where rocks were starting to be noticed, and it was actually an area of those rocks that caused Chris to tear his front tyre, so that's perhaps something you need to be mindful of.
Yeah, that was just behind the place I came off. But yeah, just after you came off, about 5 paces after that.
Oh, okay. You didn't see where I come off, did you?
Oh yeah, I saw where you came off. Well, I thought I saw where you... I thought, that's not good.
I lost my track in the sand and I had to stop and I couldn't get started. I was just digging in.
Yeah, I stopped too. Yeah, so did I.
Well, what happened?
I stopped just after he stopped.
Well, that messed me up because there was a track on the left and a track on the right, and both your tracks were that deep, and they went, yeah. One of your tracks me up and threw me off the road.
The closer we got to Neale Junction, we noticed that there was quite some long, heavy sections of corrugations. Clearly all you need to do is adjust your speed, but yeah, some of the stretches went for several kilometres. Now, some of the statistics, by the time we returned back to Laverton, we had covered, or I had covered 761 kilometres. Now, doing that I ended up burning 44 litres of fuel, and I was riding a BMW 1200 GSA. So that gave me around about 17.3 kilometres per litre, or 5.8 litres per 100 kilometres. There's not too many places to pull over and camp on the side of the road. This campsite was marked on the map, and there was certainly an area big enough for us to prop for the night, but they're few and far between.
We're about 380 kilometres east of Laverton. The first couple of hundred kilometres was fairly good road or track. The last 150 kilometres has been quite hard going. A lot of corrugations and a lot of areas of sand, some quite thick, which has challenged all three of us, I think. And that's the road to Warburton. We've chosen to go back the way we came because at the moment we've been running parallel with dunes. But once you start heading north, you end up having to cross all the dunes, and there's quite a few of them. But that was the way we were going to go, north to Warburton, but we're going to err on the side of caution.
On the way out back to Laverton, I had a bit of a spill and did some damage to the handlebars and also the triple clamp. The bike after that tended to want to always lean to the left. So if ever there was a soft patch, I'd find it and end up laying the bike down.